Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Neo Bahamut 101 and today I am on Gwent the Witcher card game. Today I will be doing a 24 barrel keg opening, so I hope you guys enjoy what's about to happen. Also, please remember guys, if you are playing Gwent, do leave a GG at the end of the games. Respect your players. We're all here to enjoy ourselves and have some fun. Don't be the guy that just takes away the stuff for nothing. Now we got all the formalities over and done with. Let us open up some kegs. I have 24 kegs to open up. Let's enjoy ourselves, see what we can get. I'm hoping for some half decent cards. I've not done this in a while, and I'll explain my reasoning for picking cards at the end. So first off, I can see I got a rare card, Ghoul, Wild Hunt Rider and a Fiend, and the rare card is a Full Moon Potion. Not too sure about that one. Okay, that's not bad to open up with. I've got 3 cards that I have not got a single one of. So we got the Blue Boy Lugos, which is actually quite a decent card. The Frightener, move units to another row. On this side of the row, draw the top card of your deck. Again, that's good because you play that to move it into line of weather. And this guy, damage an enemy by 6 or set a revealed opposing unit power to 1. That could come in handy, but I am going to go with Blue Boy Logos because the Spectral Whale is actually half decent. I do apologise there for a second guys. A friend of mine has just sent me a message, so if you give me 2 seconds I will be right with you guys. Alright. So we have a rare card to open up with. That's not bad set up. Wow. Right, so Shield Smith, good cards to have. Dwarven Skirmishers, quite partial to the Dwarven deck. And Pirate Captain, I think I have a set of these guys, I'm not 100% sure. And again, we're starting up with cards that could come in handy. I don't own the Farseer, so I'll just get her, so I have a copy at least. Okay, that's actually quite interesting. That's the 3rd rare. Dwarven Mercenary, really good cards in my Dwarf deck. Infantryman, again, another decent card. So, Necker Warriors. These guys I've come across recently and they are an absolute pain. Now for more. Okay, straight off the back, Mahakan Pyrotechnic. I've got to get myself one of those bad boys. Mainly because at the end of the day I have a dwarf deck and it's all about the Mahakan cards and other dwarf cards that go with it. He's one that I don't own yet, so it'd be interesting to see how I can put him into it. Okay, next up, another rare card. We're doing really well with the rare cards today. Nice. Reinforced Trebuchet. Goodie. Wild Hunt Warrior, half decent card. Armor Smith, I don't have many of them, so that's not bad. And my rare card, Overdose. Now that's actually a decent card in certain decks. And I now have a choice. Now I already have a complete set of these guys, so I think I'll get my 3rd medic, so I haven't got to buy any more of those guys. Oh, another rare card. Okay. So we have the Redanian Knights, a really good card for the Northern Realms. Okay, Officer again, not too sure about that one. Arrakis Venom, I have 3 copies already. And Clan Dumon's Warmonger. Now this guy's actually really good in a deck that I've seen. Literally haven't got any of him, so I'm glad I got at least one of them now. And now here's the issue. I do not need any of these cards. Prize Cow, good fun. This guy is not as good as he used to be. Originally he was overpowered as anything. They've nerfed him a little bit. He's still playable, still good fun to use, but I wouldn't use him too much. And the frog itself, I have one. I don't think I would need to use 2. So I'll just grab one of these and I can trade them in for scraps later on. We have 19 kegs left to go. We've yet to see any golds. Here we go. First set without a rare.
Wow!
Earth Elemental, always a good card to get. Fog is always a good card to get. Another ghoul. And an animated Swallow Potion. Now I haven't got any of these ones, and it's also animated, so that's actually quite cool. We now on to the next set of cards. So we have, I've got plenty of these guys, but this is something I don't own. Damage the highest enemy on each row by 4. Increase the damage by 1 to each copy of this card in your graveyard to the maximum. Crow's Eye actually seems quite cool. I'll grab that. Right, next one up. No rares again. Okay. So Thunderbolt Potion, not too keen on that one, but it's extra scrap. Again, Trebuchet, extra scrap. Marauder, I think I own 1 or 2 of these cards, so that might make a 3rd. And a Mangolin, again, I think I own 2, that makes a 3rd. Right, and looking here, we can see we've got bits and pieces. Literally all I will do is probably go, I will get you, so now I have 3 of each, so if I ever get those guys again, they just turn into scrap and it makes it easier to get the cards you're after later on. Okay, lots of Skellige cards and a rare card, so we'll leave that for last as usual. Din Moon Pirate, I've got those. Again, Shield Smith, got a complete set. Alchemist, had a rework not too long ago, not a bad card. And Shield Maiden, a really good little set of the cards you can get. Right, again, set of cards that look half worth it. Grab this one because I don't own more than one. 16 packs left to go. Sure, we'll at least get 1 gold if we're really, really lucky.
Nice.
Okay, another Swallow Potion.
Nice.
Okay, out of all those, First Light is always good to have. Good weather clear. Ballista is always good for Northern Realms.
Now for more.
And again, back to this lot. As you can see, I've got multiple copies, so it doesn't matter what I pick, because it will be turning into scrap in the near future for other cards. No rare card to begin with.
Goodie.
Brigadier, I need, or Brigade, I needed 1 more of these to make 3.
Wow.
Again, Thunder Potion, not too bothered about him. We got the animated album Spearmen, that's not too bad, not too bad.
Nice.
And Dragoons, okay, fair enough.
More.
Right, now this is where I start to get a little bit triggered. Transform into foul ale, move your opponent's hand and reveal. I want this card mainly because it's to do with the Mahakan event that recently happened, but I also want Ifrit. In fact, I am going to grab the Ifrit mainly because this guy really did a number on me earlier on when I was playing against him. Because if I remember rightly, the lesser fire elements do damage to you for each one that's summoned. So that's a nice little hand to open up with. Okay, again, all common cards.
Goody.
Okay, right, this makes 3 for me now. This guy is really good with Nilfgaard at the moment, because if you're playing a lot of spying units, this guy basically will use the spying units to trigger and do damage to your opponent's side. And another ghoul, okay, not going to complain about that. Right, now I would say normally I'll go with something that I don't own, but this is an animated card against 2 plain cards. Animated cards are worth money, because you have to buy the meteorite powder to create the animated card. So I will keep hold of this emissary. Right, next up, no rare cards. Okay, so far everything that I've already got. So a lot of extra scrap, that's not a problem.
Now for more.
Alright, so next up we have these. I don't actually own this one. Choose a machine or soldier ally and play a copy of it from your deck. Then damage the chosen ally by 1. That's not too sad. You could just imagine you can bring out one of your stronger cards, weaken it by 1. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'll grab one of those. I'm sure I can find a use for that somehow. Okay, all common cards. And Foglets used to be really powerful. They're now been weakened a little bit thanks to the recent patches. Fiend. Now, I got this earlier on. This used to be a silver card, I think. Yeah, it used to be a silver card. Then it got nerfed down to a bronze card, which is a bit of a shame. But still, at the end of the day, it's not a bad card to have if you've got the reliquates to go with it. Right, okay. Now, straight off the bat, this is actually a nice little setup. Garland Ireland, choose 3 enemies, push them the row above, damage if possible, and then damage them by 3. That's not a bad card, but this one is the one that I'm going to go with, mainly because it's something that I've seen used a few times, and I don't own him yet. If you ever get a chance to get Shani, if you're playing Northern Realms, I would advise getting her. Basically, you can resurrect any bronze or silver unit and add 2+ armor to them. So if you've got, say for example, your 3 Skull of Wolves in your graveyard, play Shani to resurrect 1, or let's say you have something like a support character that will buff up your heroes, or better yet, Troll-a-lol-a-lol-a-lol-a-lol. That is a great card. You use it on turn 2, your opponent's saying, oh right, I've got rid of that annoying card. No, turn 3 I played this little baby and she resurrects Troll-a-lol-a-lol and it gives him an additional 2+ armor. That is a really good OP card. But as I said, I'm going to go with Rainfin. So that's nice. Out of 24, we've opened up 13 and I've got 1 gold. Not going to complain. That's actually fairly decent odds. Right. So all common cards again.
Nice. Wow.
And apart from the armor smith, all other duplicates.
Now for more.
Right, again, back to this one. I've got multiple copies of different cards. So I'm going to get an Ekamar, basically for the scrap. Yes, I could have gone with another shaman, but I look at it like this. I don't really play a lot of elves. I play majority dwarven characters. Oh, another rare card.
Nice. Goody.
So no animated. And I got a Spearhead Vanguard. I do know I'm butchering some of these names, so I apologise for that. And now here's my dilemma. You have Manhattan Ale, which is a really nice card, but you also have this one, which is animated. And then you got this one, which I don't even own as well. I normally go for rule of thumb. If I get 3 cards I don't really own, I go for the one that is animated. So let's go with the one that is animated, because again, it saves you paying your meteorite powder to upgrade a particular card. And if you don't need that card, you can always sell it and get some meteorite powder back. Right, so straight off the bat we have an epic card off the bat and a legendary card. Oh my god, Mickey, are you jealous yet? Well, let's start things off. Trebuchet, not too bothered about that one.
Wow.
Again, Alchemist, nice card to go with. We'll start with the epic card. Now this guy isn't too sad. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, draw 1 card and discard the other. The whole idea of Skelliger is basically, Skelliger is basically, you want to put your stronger units in the graveyard and then resurrect them from the grave, making them even stronger than before. And the legendary card, I would love it to be something that's really going to help me out.
Legendary.
Oh yes, Tibor. If neither player passed, strengthen itself by 15. Then your opponent draws the top bronze card from their deck and reveal it. This guy is OP. Okay, they've changed it a bit now, because it's now if neither of you pass. So he doesn't get that buff straight off the bat. But again, really nice legendary card. That's 2 legendaries. And again, I get to pick 1 random card. That's really cool. Again, I would normally go for cards I don't have, but again, I have an animated card which I will grab. That is a nice little lineup. A rare, an epic, and a legendary card. We're doing well so far. Okay, so 4 commons.
Wow.
Okay, all duplicate cards, that's fine.
More.
And again, pretty much all duplicate cards. So what I'll do is I will just grab you. Alright, down to 7 kegs left. Let's see if our luck can hold out. So we've got a rare card to begin with.
Nice.
Okay, not too bad. Poor flank infantry. These guys aren't too bad. What they'll do is basically you play this guy and then he will automatically spawn a left infantry and a right flanking infantry onto the field beside him. It basically gives you 3 cards at the price of 1. It's not a bad little card to have.
Now for more.
And straight off the bat, I can now get my Manhattan Ale. So I haven't lost out on my booze. Alright, 6 kegs left to go. All common cards again.
Goody.
And all duplicate cards, that's fine by me.
More.
Oh my god. Shoot me now, please. Now, this card would make my dwarf deck really OP. But this spell card is really good because it can be placed into more situational decks, because it's basically you spawn a base copy of the last bronze or silver unit any player played on the board. Leaders cannot be copied. So literally, that is a really nice card. I'm going to go with this one. Dandelion of the Dwarfs, I welcome you to my clan. I can already hear Mickey going, no, 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 you should pick Summon Circle. That is true. I should have picked the one that would have benefited more decks. Oh, another animated. Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
But again, I love playing me dwarfs.
Now for more.
And again, this is hilarious. All rare cards. I could pick this guy, but animated card always trumps over anything else. Four kegs left to go. Let's see what else we can get. All commons.
Goody. Wow.
Now these guys weren't too bad in the day. They had a minor nerf because originally they used to be able to clear weather. They can't do that anymore. But they power up units in the deck, which is not too bad. Instead, what I've done now is I've taken these guys out of my current deck and I've put these guys in. These guys clear weather and they gain themselves 2+ armor. Plus they have the crewman 1, which means if a ballista is placed next to them, that ballista gets to then use its effect again, which is really, really cool.
More.
Okay, not a lot I could do here, so I'll get the drummer. Three kegs left. Let's see if my luck can hold out just a little bit longer.
Wow.
Right, I now know this is my third copy of this guy, so that's not too bad. All the rest are duplicates.
Now for more.
I have 3 of these guys. I have 3 of you, but I could do with a second infiltrator. Again, it's more to do with the spy deck that my mate plays. This guy really screws you over when you suddenly have loads of spies on your side of the field. Okay, 2 more kegs.
Nice.
Foglet. Scalad. Boost 3 allies by 2. Again, not a bad little card to have. Ambassador's always good to use.
Nice.
And Reaver Hunters, again, not to rebuild with these guys. Right, okay. Go with the one with the multiples of so I can get the extra scrap. Okay guys, last keg. 1 rare card.
Goody.
Harpies, okay.
Nice.
Scouts and torrential rain. This card has actually been coming in handy recently.
Razzies.
This guy is definitely worth the blue. Whenever an ally appears, boosted by 1. If it's a machine, boosted by 1, add 1 armor. And it also has crewman 1, which means you can put a machine next to it. And the machine, if it has fresh crew, will basically gain the ability +1. And so, for example, the ballista shoots 1 round. It then fires a second bolt, thanks to be placed next to this guy.
Now for more.
And again, nothing major here, so I'll go with the Mahakan Pyrotechnic. And I am done with all my kegs. I'm actually quite pleased with what I got today. There are some really nice cards in what I appear to collect. And for all that, I've managed to acquire another 910 scrap. Technically, that is actually a legendary card, because all gold cards, thankfully, only cost you 800 scrap, if I remember rightly. 2 seconds, ladies and gents. Yep, 800 scrap, and I could get myself a legendary card. And there are lots of legendary cards you could get For example, muzzle. This one's actually been quite useful. Move a bronze or silver enemy with an 8 power or less to the opposing side. So for example, I could move my mate's strongest unit, which is actually doing a lot of damage to me, move it over to my side of the field, and it reverts to doing damage to him. You've also then got Wolf's Bane, which looks really cool. While in the grave, after 3 turns, at the start of your turn, boost the lowest ally by 6, and then damage the highest enemy by 6. I don't know if that is going to be like when it's in the graveyard, every 3 turns it does that, or if that is going to be for that round, it does it once and that's it. I don't know how this card works, but still half decent card. Recently I've been playing a lot of Northern Realms, and I do have a Foltest deck. Looking at all the cards, the gold cards you want for that Foltest deck, I run Dandelion. This guy is really good with the School of Wolves, because he basically can power up anything in your deck 3 units by 2, reshuffles the deck. Another card definitely worth getting will be Philippa Elhart, or as me and my mate Mickey started taking Mickey of, she's Reinhardt's daughter. If you're an Overwatch fan, you'll see the reference. She basically, you bring her out when your opponent's got like loads and loads of stuff on the field, and you target one enemy which is quite strong with a power of 5 or more. She'll do 5 damage to that enemy, and then do an additional 4, 3, 2, 1 damage to random enemies on the field. They will never attack the same enemy twice. Those are the cards I would run gold with. Nilfgaard again, like I said earlier on, my mate Mickey, he runs a really good Nilfgaard deck. As you can see, I've got like 4 copies of this, 3 copies of that, and yeah, fair enough, there are some decent bits and pieces. I am over the moon that I acquired this guy. I know in theory I could acquire this guy, damaging an enemy by 4, and if it's a spying unit, destroy it. This guy is really good. I mean, if I wanted to get rid of him, it cost me it would give me only 200 scrap, but it's worthless. To actually own this guy is actually quite cool. Monster decks have been going really well recently. Gold card wise, I have no idea what I'm going. If I wanted to go gold, I might go with this guy, the Karen, mainly because if I consume an unit with 6 or less power, if there are no elemental units, boost self by 8. Okay, not a bad card to get. Or even this guy, the Woodland Spirit. Spawn 3 rabid wolves and apply fog hazard on opposing row. That's really cool, because that means there are other cards available which would use the wolves as fuel to summon themselves. And I think Scoia'tael, again, there's not a lot of golds that I would need. I don't play a lot of Scoia'tael. I know my mate Mickey does, and he's got pretty much every gold card available in here, and pretty much every silver card. But I have nearly every dwarf card that is available. This guy has just made my dwarf deck a lot stronger, because he now gives +1 to every dwarf in my deck, my hand, or on my side of the field. So if on turn 1 of round 1, if you've got this guy in your hand, you play him straight away. This means every dwarf from now on gets super strong. I'm just checking. If you get these guys, do not get rid of them. They are really powerful. These guys basically, whenever they get boosted, damaged, strengthened, weakened, they go up by a power of 2. So let's say your opponent has a target power of 1, damages you, then you gain 2. Or, for example, if I was to move an ally with this guy, normally I would only get a +3 bonus. But if I target this guy, it gets a +5 bonus, which is really, really powerful. Again, looking at the cards, I don't see anything there I need to rush in and get. Skellige, again, a really, really good card deck to get. They are a sacrificial group, which basically, again, take the strongest units, put them in the grave, then replay them to make them as strong as anything. This guy is the best way of describing it. He has Veteran 1, which basically means at the start of the rounds 2 and 3, strengthen the unit by whatever the veteran level is, and that is wherever it is. So for example, on round 2 he becomes a 8+, or a strength 8 card. On round 3 he becomes a strength 9 card. But whenever he's summoned from the grave, he gains additional 3 strength. So literally he could become a strength 12 on turn 3 or game 3, or if you played him on turn game 2, add another 3 on top of that, he's a strength 15 card. Well, strength 14 card, sorry, because he only gets 1 for what's his name. So yeah, no, again, really good card, really good thing to run. This deck is actually a really decent deck to play. Some of the cards are really annoying to learn. Some cards are double-edged. I mean, for example, this guy, Doom, Spawn, Heldrum, and basically Heldrum basically destroys all units on the board except Kimby and clear all boons and hazards. So literally the idea is you're losing badly and you know you could do a lot of damage by just playing this one card. You get him on the field, he wipes out everything, so all that's left on the field is this guy. He'll then basically, you can then play cards to try and overpower, but again, this is again a situational card depending on how you want to play it. And as you guys heard, that was my friend Mickey again, just letting me know that the party chat is still open, so I will join him momentarily. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later on. I hope you've had a good evening. Take care guys. This is Neo Bahamut 101 signing off.